This is Music, and this is another batch of first impressions. So I'm really having a blast just chewing my way through the blind buy CDs that I picked up towards the end of 2021 and in the beginning of 2022. I'm really enjoying just listening to, discovering, exploring new music. It's great. So it's time for another batch of first impressions. Mostly we are going to have a look at some CDs, but I do have some vinyl records first. I want to show you. They're also first impressions. They have not yet made an appearance in an update video, but they will. So let's just get to that. Up first here you have Hadron's self-titled debut. We're dealing with old school doom metal. And when I say old school, I mean 70s doom metal, not 80s doom metal. It's really good. It's heavy, it's dark, it's even kind of creepy. It's not really stonery, but it has maybe a slight dark psychedelic edge to it. Really good stuff. The vocals might be an acquired taste, but I think they're great. So it's of course not super slow, heavy like Funeral Doom or anything like that, right? Because these guys love their 70s rock. But it's great. I think there are 2 or 3 songs on this that are in Danish. The rest are in English. And the songs that are in Danish kind of remind me a bit, just in terms of the atmosphere, they remind me a bit of an old Danish progressive psychedelic band called Alrunerud, just in the atmosphere. So really good stuff. Dark, old school doom metal with a slight 70s rock, or not a slight, actually, quite considerable 70s rock influence. The other album I want to show you is their follow-up album, Evil Lady. This one, also doom metal, also dark, also darkly, slightly psychedelic, also quite creepy. There's actually one song, one of the Danish language songs, that's really super creepy. This one has a bit of more of a 70s rock vibe than the debut album, but it's still doom metal. It's really good. If you like your doom metal, I think you should check Hadron out. It's great stuff. I really enjoy listening to their brand of dark, slightly psychedelic, but not really stonery, but super creepy doom metal. So check him out if you like doom metal. Anyways, CDs. Up first, Avalon here. Old Psychotic Eyes. This is just quality thrash metal in my opinion. From beginning to end, it's super great stuff. I would not say it's power thrash. I think it's straight up power metal, thrash metal. But it does have some melodic elements to it. But yeah, Old Psychotic Eyes by Avalon, great stuff. If you like your thrash metal. Up next, Axe Vyper. Let's see if I can get this right. Angeli D'acciaio, because it's an Italian band and they sing in Italian. Their music is old school, traditional heavy metal with, lots of guitar harmonies and all that good stuff. The vocals are a bit loud, but that's okay. The lyrics are in Italian, and I think that's just a cool sort of extra dimension. Great stuff. If you like your traditional metal and you don't mind listening to other languages than English, check this one out. Up next, Battalion's Underdogs. This is also thrash metal with maybe a power thrash edge every now and then, but it starts out with a song called Thrash Maniacs. The second song is called Headbangers. There's a song called Bullets and Death. Dictators of Stone is another song, and they're all great songs. I really like this. I was surprised at how excellent of a thrash metal album this is, with some melodic elements every now and then, with some references to traditional metal. Battalion, Underdogs, really good thrash metal. Up next you have Bewitcher here, their self-titled album. And you would be forgiven for maybe thinking this is, I don't know, just like raw, dirty black metal. It actually isn't. It's, to my ears, it's traditional heavy metal with quite a rock and roll kind of attitude to it. And maybe leaning a bit towards sort of the harder and dirtier side of new wave of British heavy metal back then. The vocals are blackened, and it all sort of comes together really well. It's a really enjoyable album just from beginning to end. So some, yeah, I guess blackened traditional heavy metal, great stuff. The next one isn't really a cheat. It's not really a first impression. Biohazard's self-titled debut album. I've heard this one before, but I mean, last time I listened to it was back in the 90s, so it might as well be a first impression. This is New York hardcore, and it's more along the lines of, you know, tough guy hardcore. So the songs are about life on the streets in New York City, how tough it is, and all that good stuff. Musically, it's actually very good. It's crunchy, it's heavy, it has metal elements, it has hardcore elements, it has groove. The vocals are kind of like shout raps, and that's sort of shout rapping has always been their style. So it's great stuff. If you like hardcore, check out this one by Biohazard. I think my favorite Biohazard album is probably, I think it's Urban Discipline, probably. But this one is great too. Up next, some dark power metal, Black Abyss, and it's called Angels Wear Black. So yeah, it's your power metal. It's with your double bass drums and all that stuff, but it's not happy, slappy, happy power metal. It's dark. It actually is really good. It has a dark atmosphere to it. The music is kind of epic, but it's darkly epic. I really enjoyed listening to this, to be honest. Great stuff. If you like power metal, if you're a bit tired of contemporary kind of happy, slappy Euro power metal, but you still like sort of the musical things that are going on in that style, like the double bass drums, the you know, fast guitar picking and the melodies and all that stuff, but you just want a bit of a dark edge, check out Black Abyss. Really good stuff. I enjoy listening to it. This one is a bit related, actually. Black Draft, The Quest. I've seen this described as melodic death metal, and I gotta be honest, I think that's a bit generous. There's not a lot of melodic death metal to it. There are some growls on it, and I think they're kind of weak. That's just my opinion. No, we're dealing with, I would say, progressively oriented, dark power metal as well. Female fronted. She's a very good singer. I don't remember her name. So sort of the clean singing is actually great. The growls, and I don't know if it's her or if it's somebody else in the band, are not, in my opinion, not super great, but you know, they're serviceable, and I'm sure other people think they are a genius. So it's dark, progressively oriented power metal, some really good stuff. It's epically leaning. It's a concept album. It tells a story of someone traversing the seas. I think maybe it's like an old Icelandic kind of themed story, although I think they're a German band. So it's actually very good. I really enjoy listening to it, and I can live with the growls. It's melodic, it's dark, it is progressively leaning. At times it is outright progressive. So dark power metal, I enjoyed. And up last, Starvation by Blood of Kings. This is pretty cool. It's kind of like a mixed bag. It's traditional metal, but it's a mixed bag of traditional metal. Some of it is like like new wave of British heavy metal inspired. Some of it is more like I guess continental European metal inspired. Some of it is like 80s US metal inspired. Some of it has almost like a Motorhead edge to it. It's pretty good actually, very enjoyable. I think the vocals might be an acquired taste, and it's probably a taste I haven't acquired fully yet, but I can live with it. It's pretty good. If you come across a not too expensive copy, I don't see any harm in picking it up. So that was this round of first impressions. I hope that some of the things I showed you piqued your interest and that you might be interested in checking it out. In any case, thanks for watching.